Welcome everyone back to the UK Journeyman save. In today's episode, we have two games in the Sky Bet Championship. We're at home to Burnley and then at home to Luton. Since you last left us, though, Burnley have actually dropped off a little bit, but we did say we'd come back for that. But we are absolutely flying. I don't know why we're so good this year. We just don't concede goals and we're scoring lots of goals, which funnily enough, puts you top of the table. So we're very much in a two-horse race with Luton at the minute, but it is still pretty early days, only 17 games played. But yeah, I mean, we're doing really well, whereas someone like Leicester, who were expected to finish like first or second, are down in 17th. Palace are fourth, they were expected to finish first. Fulham, Burnley, recent relegated sides as well. They're not doing too hot, 18th, 19th, and obviously Burnley have dropped down to 9th. So it's very much a topsy-turvy season, and we're very much taken advantage of it. Since you last left us, we've played obviously quite a few. Was the first championship games we played? Something like that. I think it was Blackburn. We must have played something before then. It was Crystal Palace, Southampton, was it? I think so. So we beat Fulham in the league 2-1, goals from Thompson and Mahika. That's going to be a bit of a trend. We beat Leicester 4-1 away. Ibrahimovic, Fletcher, Mustafa, Stevenson, Mahika. A 2-2 all draw with Borough, Mustafa and Bandakar, the centre-half. And then look at this for a winning run. Cardiff 3-0, 2 from Mustafa, 2-0 over Wrexham, 2-1 win over Wigan, a 4-0 thrashing of Preston, a 2-1 away win to Charlton. But we did lose our last game 1-0 to Swansea. But other than that, we have been on a tremendous run. And like I say, it's very much a two-horse race. And we've got Burnley down in 9th. We've got Luton, who are all the way up in 2nd. So this is very much a top-of-the-table clash going into today. And just to let you know, we've had a couple bits of transfer business. So Sharman Lowe has agreed to leave the club. So he'll be going to Swansea on the 1st of Jan for 1.1 mil. And Ramsey has also decided to leave the club. He's joining Genoa on the 2nd of Jan, so just after the start of the window, for 925k. But I think there's some future fees in there as well, so I think it's a little bit more than 925k, but it's 925 up front. Other than that, though, I mean, we're fine with that. I mean, Sharman Lowe just wanted to start. He's not going to start. We've already got this guy Thomas, who can be our backup goalkeeper. That's fine. I'm happy enough with Watmouth for now, and it's not like we'd go back to Sharman Lowe. I think we'd very much want, if we're going to improve on it, I think we'd want to really improve on it. And then for Ramsey, he's just not really cutting it in the Championship, as you can see. Just the 5 goals contributions so far. I mean, average rating wise, he's done okay, but he's nothing like the Ramsey we had in League One. And if we're potentially going up to the Premier League next season, which is crazy to say, he's massively going to be out of his depth. I think a lot of these lads will be out of their depth in the Premier League, but that's a bridge we'll cross if and when we come to it. But for today, we're just focused on continuing this good run, and to play Burnley, this is the team we're going with. We've got Watmouth in goal, back four of Pleguezello, Bandakar, Hall and Stevenson, Molina and Walsh in midfield, Mustafa on the right, Thompson on the left, Mahika and Ibrahimovic, Fletcher. Chai Trotman is injured, which is why Hall is back in at centre-half. And new boys, Pleguezello, Vela, both doing quite well. Pleguezello has been pretty much the main starter at right back. He's doing quite well, 7.01 average rating, does okay. Who's the other one? Walsh was obviously a new boy. He's came in now. He's pretty much held his place down. Doesn't get a lot of goals or assists, but he plays well pretty much every game. Mustafa's been a bit of the surprise of the season. His goal contributions have been massive. 8 goals in 16. He's basically a goal every other game. And that's the correct maths, unlike that famous clip. Other than that, though, Mahika and Ibrahimovic Fletcher are absolutely just thrashing the goals in. 11 and 17 for Mahika. How he doesn't have like the little wanted tag is crazy. And then Ibrahimovic Fletcher as well, really improved. 6 assists and 8 goals in 16 games. As you can see, his average ability, his actually current ability is leading championship player now. He's massively improved. I think some of these ratings are a little bit overflated because we're in such good form, but yeah, I think we're really doing well. I do worry about whether this is like almost we're progressing too quickly, because if we get to the Premier League, we'll absolutely get relegated. But that's kind of a problem for the future, and you never know. We might be able to just about stay up, but like I say, that's very much a problem if we come to it. At the minute, we're just really focused on continuing this good run, and hopefully we can continue this good run with a win over Burnley. Like I say, they are down in 9th, but they were expected to finish pretty much in one of the promotion spots. They're very much a title favourite, so the fact that they're really not where they are suggests that they'll be desperate to get back to where they are. There's a couple of players I definitely recognise there. I think that's Calvin Ramsey. No, it's Kane Ramsey. Different Ramsey. They've got Harwood Bayes, or Bellis, however you pronounce it, the one cap England wonder. Is that Malang Sarr? It is Malang Sarr. I recognise him. Honestly, looking at their squad, it's not that good. Josh Keeley looks okay. Decent goalkeeper. I don't know if that's... No, I thought that might have been a Mitchell. Is it Alex Scott? Adam Scott? Not the... No. Pietro Pellegrini? Yeah, Pietro Pellegrini. I mean, their squad's not very good. Like, we've got better striker than them. So, and honestly, looking at their squad, it's really not that good. So, as much as the season preview is maybe rated on the squad, I do think a good bit of the season preview also comes down to just the size of the club. I do think if you're a bigger club, you get rated higher on the season preview. I'd love to know what actually goes into the calculations on the season preview, because it can't just be squad ability, because we look a better side than them. Like, just looking at their star ratings and compared them to ours, I know that's a very basic way of looking at it, but just comparing their star ratings to ours, we look a better side. And I mean, the proof's in the pudding. We are a better side because we're top and they're ninth. And Reggie Walsh from distance almost gets us in the lead here at the one. Is it the One Call Stadium? It's the One Call Stadium. It's on the front of the shirt as well. But unfortunately, it was a decent save. Oh, Bandikar comes very, very close. And one thing they did have when I noticed when we were looking through was a decent goalkeeper. So it might take a bit of effort to get past him today. But yeah, I mean, I've clearly been slagging them off a bit. So now they've probably heard me slagging them off, and now they're going to go score. Harwood Bellis with his own header, and that's probably the difference from having quite a good goalkeeper and having just a pretty average goalkeeper. Pretty much the same effort, I think, but Bandikar's, it might have even hit the post. That's not that good of a header. I think Watmush should save that. He's very much been the everything's going well, kind of accept him. I feel like if we... yeah, I mean, there could be shouts for you should have just kept Sharman low in goal, but I don't know. I think we had to... I don't. We didn't have to, but I did want to try and get Watmush in, and for the most part, obviously, we're top of the league. I'm not going to be too critical. For the most part, he's been good. Oh, that's a howler from Thompson. He's been gifted a really good chance. And for some reason, he's just not being able to get that on target. It was like not an open goal, but it was practically an open goal for Thompson. He's put it wide. That's really poor. Yeah, I don't know with Watmuff. He's definitely someone I'll be looking to replace ASAP, to be honest. Yeah, I think if we can get a better goalkeeper in January, I'll do it. If not, then I guess it'll just be in the summer. But it's definitely, looking at the squad, it's priority number one. Priority number one is keeping most of these players, obviously, in the January window, because these are a very good side. A couple of the loans will go back, so I think we kind of predicted it already. Another corner for Burnley here, though. And it's in, and this time it's Pellegrini, who didn't look all that good, but he's been able to poach it. It's 2-0 Burnley. This is not the form we've been on. This is very much against the grain. Yeah, this is not the form we've been on. But we all know what happens with Football Manager. You close the game, you reopen it, and it's like you're in a different universe. You go on a big winning run, and then all of a sudden you just, can't score, can't not concede. Maybe that's not what's happening, because Tynan Thompson's got one back. 6 in 18 for him, and it's 2-1 Burnley, but we are back and getting back in the tie. The momentum swung back in our favour. But going back to the loan. So I think we kind of predicted what would happen. But Molina not playing as the 10. The Boca managers came and said, I'm not happy about that. What are you going to do about it? And I said, nothing, basically. So he said, right, well, I'm going to just recall him in January. So that's already happened. Same thing happened with Prokop as well. So he'll be going back in January as well. So we will be too light. Which is a shame for Molina. I'm not too bothered on Prokop because we've got lots of options at centre-half. We've got people who can play full-back now. So in defence, we're relatively well stocked. So I'm not too fussed on that. But I am disappointed on Molina because he is quite a good player. I think we'll probably try and get another DM in. Oh, Mahit has got to finish that. It's a one-on-one. That's his bread and butter. That is his bread and butter. That would have put us level before the half. That would have been brilliant. But Molina going back is probably a little bit disappointing. For having 20 jumping reach, Bandikar doesn't get enough headers on target from corners. I don't know what the stat is that he needs, that Harwood Bellis has, that he doesn't. But yeah, he doesn't get enough. Luton are currently drawn, so we're actually still top of the table, even with a loss. But not good enough. We definitely need to turn up the second half. Anyway, I would definitely like to get another defensive midfielder in for Molina. I feel like he will be a decent loss. But to be honest, he's not even playing that well today. So maybe not the biggest loss. But yeah, I just think it's probably the one position. Obviously, we've got Lindores on the bench who'll come in for now, but he's probably not a proper championship player. He definitely seems like a step below. He's still young with lots of potential, so we'll definitely keep him around the club. And if we do go up, we'll probably try and like loan him out or something to just get him lots and lots of games. Oh, Stevenson's through. Oh, it's a terrible ball. That is a really poor pass from Stevenson. It was such a good run, and it was a good play, I think, from Mahika to play him in. And then all he had to do was slot it. There was like 3 Mansfield players darting in the box. He just had to slow it down slightly, play the pass slightly slower, and that would have been 2-2 because it would have been a straightforward effort on goal. But 60th minute on the clock, Molina with the corner. Can Bandakar score a fucking header? How many efforts does he need? He's got the jump and reach. He just does not have the finish. We're going to make a sub. We will bring Lindores on for Molina. He's not having a good game. Other than that, though, there's not really anyone else you'd trust to bring on. I know Mahika's not having the best game, but he's still our top goal scorer, and I trust him to score, get ourselves a point. If we just get a point here, I'll take it at this point, because we are definitely off the boil slightly. I mean, we've had enough chances looking at the stats. We've had more than enough chances, so this is just a bit of an off day in front of goal. And for them, they've probably just taken every chance that's come across them. I definitely prefer Hall as cover at fullback either side rather than a starter at centre back. When Trotman's back from his injury, he'll definitely come back in. We definitely concede less when he's in. We definitely seem to concede more when Hall's in. I don't know if it's a direct issue with him. Mahika, he's through on goal. It's not his day today. I'm getting that feeling. It's not going to be his day. I thought he was offside, but it was actually a great run. Yeah, starting to get that feeling it's not going to be Mahika's day, because he would normally bury that. Walsh into Mahika, plays through to Mustafa, who tries to play Ibrahimovic-Fletcher, but he's tackled by the Burnley man. And then it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. But they are just knocking it long. We can get ourselves... We've definitely got them under pressure. That's a poor pass from Walsh. He's overhit that massively. And I was bigging him up before the game. But yeah, he's another one who's not had a very good game. But... what are you going to do? Burnley clearly taking their time with the goal kick. They're happy to just see this out as a 2-1 away win. That would be massive for them to get back on track. Blackadder's come on. Bloody Blackadder. Well, it really is the Christmas time. Blackadder's come on. That's so funny. Yeah, there's just no one else. There's just... What we don't have really is like big impact players off the bench. I guess we'll bring Newerton on, but he's been rubbish. He's someone I'm absolutely wanting to move on ASAP as well. He's been absolute tosh. I don't think he's scored yet, or if he has, it's been a set piece. Anyway, if he scores here, it's all forgiven. Lindores into Walsh, who's picked up a knock, into Thompson. Lindores from distance. Walsh has picked up a bit of a knock, but we don't really have another defensive midfielder, so I'm just going to have to risk it and let him play it out. But we've got about 10 minutes left to grab ourselves an equaliser, but the ball is down the wrong end of the pitch. That's a great clearance from Hall, and now Newerton can get his go. And Thompson, feed Newerton. Newerton's going. Give it to Newerton. I've slagged him off. Go on, Newerton. The little Brazilian down the right-hand side. Cuts inside. Can he get a ball in? He's taking too long. He's cutting back. He plays it to Lindores, and Newerton's there. And if you slag the players off, they repay you. He's never scored. I've slagged him. He's come on. And he scored off the rebound. Newerton scores his first ever town goal. Mansfield 2, Burnley 2. And we will make a last change to hopefully get another late substitute goal. Bring Greenwood on. Stevenson's very, very tired. So what we'll do is we'll bring Hall out to left back. We'll bring Prokop on at centre half for the last 5 minutes. And hopefully that little burst of energy can get ourselves a late winner. But that's brilliant from Newerton. I've slagged him. I've said he wasn't good enough. We'll move him on ASAP. But fair play, he's done it. And there's a late highlight. Reggie Walsh on the ball. Back to Pleguezello. Bandakar now. Centre half. Back to the right back. Back to the centre half. We're not really racing to get the ball forward. But there's Walsh. He's got... That's poor from Walsh. He's played in the Burnley man who's absolutely wasted a great opportunity. But there was an easy ball into Newerton. He's went to try and play it across field for some reason, and it's been intercepted, but thankfully we were not punished for that mistake. Watmore taking his time. I mean, personally, I'd like to see us try and go for the winner. Plays it short to Prokop, I mean, Burnley are really pressing us here. We should just be going long over the top, try and get Greenwood over the top or something like that. Here's Newton, the new boy. Into Maheka. Maheka, square it, shoot. Oh, it's not his day. It's not Mahuka's day. That was brilliant from Newton. It really was. I've slagged him so much, but if he'd have got a goal and assist there, that would have been a hell of a substitution. We were the better side. Realistically, if Mahuka was on fire and form today, yeah, we were unlucky because we were definitely the better side in the end. And if Mahuka could score today, we would have won 3. We would have had 3 or 4. We definitely would. Luton won their game, so they do go top of the league. But we do play them next, so we could still potentially finish top of the league. I think Walsh is injured, though. Okay, Walsh is going to miss the next game, but he wasn't very good anyway. So let's go play Luton. So for our second game of the episode, we are playing Luton Town. It's the top of the table clash. They're a point ahead of us, and we want to reclaim our spot at the top. It's the same side that played the Burnley game, except Trotman comes back from his injury. He's not fully fit, so we might not see the whole game out, but he comes back in for Hall. Lindores comes in for the injured Walsh, who, like I say, is going to be out for a couple of weeks. But this is a massive opportunity to get back at top of the league. Obviously, we don't really have to be top of the league. This is more just... I guess we're just kind of taking it one game at a time. I think if we even finish in the playoffs, it's a fantastic first season in the league. Automatic promotion is a dream, and then winning the league would just be, that would be unbelievable on top of it. But we won the league. We were very, very dominant in League One, so we're obviously a good side. We obviously made some good signings over the windows. So... yeah, I mean, it was just a bit of an off day finishing-wise for Burnley. I think had we been better, obviously, defensively, potentially could be a bit better. But, yeah, I mean, honestly, we are a good side. And there it is, proved in very easily. Edward Ibrahimovic-Fletcher, another goal to his name. That's a lovely turn, that. Good ball thrown in from, I think it was Josh Stevenson. A lovely quick turn from Ibrahimovic-Fletcher. And then he's just finished it really well. And it's Mansfield 1, Luton 0. And as it stands, we're back top of the league. So if we could finish, like I say... if we get into January or the end of Christmas, top of the league, that's a very good sign we are on course for a promotion. Like I say, it does feel quite quick. It does feel early, but you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. If we can get into the Premier League, even if we come back down, the finances alone from having one season in the Prem for us is massive. We are still a club that runs at a loss, whereas one big season in the Prem, that's a very dodgy save. Wow, that is... well, we're not the only top side with a bit of a poor goalkeeper. That was a dodgy save from the Luton keeper. I don't know. It wasn't really much of an effort, and he's tipped it back into play. And Tynan Thompson's just finished it off. He got ahead of his man. And it's 2-0 Mansfield, and this Luton side don't seem as good as you'd expect. Is that Dewsbury Hall in midfield? Wow. I guess he's 34 now, to be fair. I thought I was like, yeah. I mean, I know Kumas as well. Is that Jack Radoni? Yeah, Jack Radoni. No, it's not the Hill I thought it was. I think I recognise him as well. So there's definitely some... let's have a look at their goalkeeper. I mean, he's a good goalkeeper. So he must just be having a bad day. But yeah, he is a good goalkeeper. I don't know who Ivanic is. Honestly, looking at their side, I think we've got a better side. I think we genuinely have one of the better sides in the league. I think we're just underrated in the season preview and things like that because of the club stature, because of the size of the club, because of the facilities, or just the reputation of the club, and maybe the reputation of the players as well. Because obviously a lot of these are more unknown players. They're not really super well-known players. A lot of these are youngsters who have kind of grown into the save. But... yeah, I mean, it's very surprising. Oh my God, I thought Thompson had scored again. It is surprising how well we're doing. But then when you start actually like comparing your players to theirs, we're not miles off. If anything, we're quite equal to a lot of sides, or better. We've got a better squad in certain areas. Obviously, in other areas, if you look at like Lindores, for example, he's like 2.5 stars. So yeah, you think that's a bit of a weakness. But then you've got 2, 3.5, 4-star strikers. We've got 3.5, 4-star wingers. You know, we've got 3 to 4 stars in the back line. We've got a 3 to 4 star goalkeeper. We're about level with every other side. So I think we're a good team. And as you can see, it's proven by that because we are top of the league as it stands. But that was a very good half. Didn't really see anything from them. So if we do this, if we just repeat this, I'll be very, very happy. I'll be a very happy chappy going into the next games. But yeah, I mean, Luton have done nothing today. We've absolutely been on top. And... You love to see it. Stevenson's having a hell of a game, an 8.2 rating. You love to see it. But yeah, I think when January rolls around, obviously we are going to lose a couple. We're going to lose 2 of the loans. We're going to lose 2 players. So we will be 4 down. So we really could do with some introductions. I guess if 2 loans are going, we can definitely bring at least 2 loans in. I don't know what the rules. I think it's the same rules as League One. You can only have 5 in the match day squad. I don't think we've got any in the squad now. I think obviously Trotman is in the 11. But other than that, I don't think there's any others in the squad. I'm trying to think if there's any other loans. I don't think there is. I think Molina and Prokop were the other loans. So we can definitely get like 4 loans in if we really wanted to. I think maybe a winger, a DM, maybe even a goalkeeper would be a good option. But we'll make a couple subs because we've got a couple tired players. We are playing the same side pretty much every game, so the players are getting a little bit tired. We'll bring Newton on. We'll try. You know what? We've never tried him on the left, so maybe I've been playing him on the right, and he's not actually a right winger, and this is why he's not been good. But he scored against Burnley. He did his best. He came on. He got the equaliser. So maybe we'll give Newton more of a chance before we try and ship him off, because maybe he just needs a little bit of a maybe he's just a bit of a slow starter. And here's Mahika, for some reason, came out on the left hand side. Plays into Molina. Molina swings it into Mustafa. Into Ibrahimovic. Fletcher from distance, but this time his effort does not go in the back of the net, but it does come back out to Pleguezuelo, who can feed Molina into Lindores, into Newton. The Newton back to Lindores. The 2 little Brazilians and Irish players linking up. We'll make a couple of subs. We'll take Mahika off. He's, again, not had the best game, but we won't hold it against him. We'll bring Veer on at right back. I guess we'll bring Prokop on at centre-half for Trotman, who's struggling now, obviously coming back from his injury. But yeah, I'm very happy with the side, and I think, honestly, I don't. Yeah, it's probably just going to be a few loans in January, but there's obviously quite a few players leaving, so it does make things a little bit more difficult for us. But honestly, at the minute, I'm very happy. We've got a very happy squad. We've got no one who's really kicking off. Oh, Vea. He's a big boy as well. He is a right. I don't know. He's really more of a centre back, but his attributes don't suggest centre back, but his physical attributes do, because he's a very big boy. But he's kind of quick as well. He's just not a great crosser. He's not a great dribbler, but he's not a great marker or anything like that. So I don't know. He's a bit of an odd one, but I've not really found the best place for him yet. I just kind of bring him on either at fullback or at centre half. But that's a massive win. That was much more straightforward than the Burnley game. And as it stands, after 19 games, we are top of the league. I thought we were just off to a very good early start, but we are just a good side. I think it's fair to say, and we do go top of the championship at this point, 19 games in. So, yeah, I mean, you're buzzing with that, aren't you? So I think what we'll do is we'll play. I think we'll come back in January. We'll come back for Cardiff, Middlesbrough. I don't think they're 2 teams particularly doing well. Middlesbrough down there, Cardiff at 9. So it's a bit of both. But yeah, I guess we'll come back for Cardiff, Middlesbrough. We'll come back at the start of the January window, and we'll see where we are. We play Luton second last game. That could be massive. But yeah, so we'll play the rest of November. We'll play these December games, and I imagine there might be an FA Cup fixture in and around here, or it might even be in the week in here. So it might be Cardiff and then the FA Cup. I don't know. We'll see where the FA Cup comes, but it might be somewhere in between. We'll either play that off camera or something, or we might even do Cardiff and Wigan and do the whole window in the episode. Yeah, let's do that. We'll come back for Cardiff. We'll do the sort of early stuff. We'll do the whole window. We'll do sort of like a January transfer special, but with 2 games of football as well. I guess we'll just play it by ear, but we'll at least come back for Cardiff, so we'll play these games off in between and hopefully continue this great run. But thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.